start our own business as commercial fishermen in York Harbor, Maine. It was a lot to handle, and something had to give. So I stopped attending classes entirely and earned a 1.8 grade point average. I quit a second time, determined to become rich as a fisherman while working nights at GE. Fishing was a lot more fun than sitting in class. Eventually, my buddy got married, we sold the boat, and I married my girlfriend. It was April 1975, and my wife and I lived in a third-floor, unheated, uninsulated apartment in New Hampshire, taking it a day at a time with no plans for the future. A month after our wedding, my wife was pregnant. A couple of months after that, she told me she couldn't work any longer because of the pregnancy. It was on me to provide for the three of us. I was terrified. We had only $100 in the bank. When I did the math, I learned that we were spending $2 a week more than my job paid. In less than a year, assuming we stuck to a bare-bones budget, we would go broke if we didn't freeze first. In our apartment, the only heat came in from the units below us and a blower off the gas stove. I had to get serious about my life. Our survival depended on it. I needed a better-paying job, and that meant I would have to finish college. So I did that, attending college during the day while continuing to work nights at GE. My entire life changed overnight. I quit smoking cigarettes and started exercising. I became more diligent as an employee. I stopped wasting my suddenly scarce time and focused on school. My son Ryan was born on February 24th, 1976. I still remember sealing the window cracks with masking tape to reduce the draft, looking at him bundled up against the cold in his crib and fearing I'd never be able to take care of him. I graduated college in May 1976. About 6 weeks later, I applied for and received my first salary job as an internal auditor at the General Electric aircraft engines business. I share this story to illustrate a simple but underappreciated fact. Individuals and groups can push themselves much further than they think. Questions. What is preventing you from making the changes you know will make you a more effective leader? What can you use as motivation to inspire change for yourself? Day 2. You must pursue long and short-term goals. Leaders might value broader objectives like sustainability, competitiveness, and growth, and wax eloquent about their commitment to these long-term goals. But when called upon to allocate scarce resources, they focus on the current year's plan and do what it takes to meet their numbers. In their view, they have no choice. Their job depends on pleasing bosses and share owners today, not tomorrow. The notion that there is no way to pursue long and short-term goals at the same time, and therefore leaders have no choice but to embrace short-termism, is one of the most pernicious beliefs circulating in business today. A McKinsey study found that firms that followed long-term strategies amassed $7 billion more in market capitalization between 2001 and 2014 and generated 47% more revenue growth and 36% more earnings growth on average than companies that took a shorter-term approach. Nevertheless, as one 2014 study found, 2/3 of executives and directors reported that pressure for short-term results had increased over the previous 5 years. Short-termism has become so rampant that influential leaders are speaking out against it, with some advocating that we relax the reporting requirements on public firms so that leaders don't feel such intense and constant pressure to make their numbers. We can't regulate our way to long-termism. The problem is too complex and deeply entrenched. Instead, we need a comprehensive mindset shift on the part of leaders and managers at every level. Somehow, we've convinced ourselves that we can invest in the future only if we let short-term performance tank. But that's not true. Strong short- and long-term performance only seem mutually exclusive. As a leader, you can and must pursue